How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gav aka BEYTEK, and this is part 2, the second time shit went tits up. So we're back at it again in the RX7. We got ourselves a new flex plate. I was absolutely buzzing to get this thing back together again to test to see if the engine was still alive and the torque converter. So at this point here, I decided to pull this torque converter apart. I had a look into it, did a bit of research, and I figured out some things I could do to potentially modify the torque converter. Now, I'm not going to show you these things I've modified because it's definitely a lot of development and nobody's cut one of these apart yet, and the modifications I've made are probably frowned upon, but just take it from me as they definitely did work. So yeah, I ended up welding this back together again after using the lathe to skim it all down, and I had one little air leak here, just a little tack, and that was that all sorted. This is the flex plate about to be bolted back onto the flywheel just now. As you can see, I just went for a standard one again. This one lasted, well, until you'll see soon. I decided to go compound turbo, as you guys know, so it was a case of getting bits and bobs, plenty of steel. So yeah, the turbo I ended up going for is a G30-770 and a G42-1200. So it's a big 1200 horsepower turbo from Pulsar Turbo. It's just two I had on the shelf, so I decided they were quite well matched. There's a lot more technicalities and a lot more calculation I had to do. I welded a 60mm gate to bypass the small turbo and a 50mm gate to bypass the bigger turbo. Now again, there's a lot of trial and error here, so I can't really tell you exactly what springs are used in each and how I've piped it up completely, but like I say, I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. But honestly guys, look at this looks absolutely class. Not my welding but the turbos. So this is me fitting some springs just now. It's going to take a lot of trial and error to find out the right springs to run on the small gate. The small gate's kind of controlled like a manual boost controller, and I still control the big turbo with the Mac valve. So here's a little bit of aluminium welding. Obviously the big turbo outlet is feeding into the face of the small one.
Daddy's not very good at angles, am I?
No.
It's Charlie helping me there, getting this thing all mocked up. Did he get this pipe all welded? So, and there she has it. That's her all together at this point here. Stuck an air filter on it. That's actually a bit of plastic tubing from my toilet, I think, actually. Didn't take that. My oil return, I decided to make a new one of them too. AN10 still. Ball bearing turbos, so 2 AN10 feeds into the one. And it didn't smoke, so that's always good. But like I say, ball bearing turbos, and I've got 1 mil restrictors. Car was started here. He was returning. At this point I was happy because I knew the engine was okay, so I decided to take it easy, pull out the garage nice and slow.
Well, we're moving,
And we had
so that's always a good sign.
I can just remember doing this, thinking, you know what,
one of the
this
turbo
is
blankets is covered in oil, so that's why we're getting a bit of smoke. Let's pull this thing round the back of the unit so we can maybe make some noise.
Yeah, this is the point where I went to test the trans brake. See if this compound set would spool up with no NOS. So the nitrous is off at this point.
Oh yes.
And this is the first test of the trans brake, which turned out to be an success immediately. I was proper surprised by this. It sounds so sick. It's so sick. Super happy at that. I couldn't wait to actually test it on the road. I decided to get the old bonnet from behind the garden, cut it open, and so the exhaust could come through it again. I didn't want to cut up my carbon one naturally, and fit that nicely. Got the old Ford Radiant Red paint out and decided to give it a little blast. Get it to the same colour as the car. It's so orange peely, but you know how it goes. Check this thing. This looked absolute class. just even if this setup doesn't work, and some of the tests I've done so far, it does work, it just looks sick. I love it. I'll probably keep like this, even if the car is slower. I think it just looks so cool with 2 turbos. So at this point here, decided to put some ethanol in there, because I decided, you know, I'm going to take this thing for a drive and see how it feels. Okay, that's exactly what I did. The response of this is quite strange. You'll see this in this next clip. This feels quite quick. So that was my first launch with the new torque converter mods, and it felt really strange. But if you listen and see, I was having mega boost issues. Like, the boost was coming in and out hard. It was being a nightmare. Changing gears, I was getting massive boost spikes, well, more than I wanted anyway. And wastegate pressure ended up around about 1.6 bar, 1.65, so that was manageable. So a little bit more fuel stuck in there, and then this is what the car did. Very first pass, a 10.3. Now you can see by the 100 to 200 it wasn't making the power, but at wastegate pressure this is showing some serious potential. Like, the data logs were looking unbelievable. So I decided to go out again, do some more testing, and unfortunately this is what happened. And I'm still going to try and drive the fucker home. Oh my god. Holy shit, man. Maybe 4 miles to go. The coolant temp's going up through the roof now. That's not a good sign. Oh fuck. The head's definitely gone and this thing moved. It's come to a halt and something just come flying into it. Oh, what the fuck is that? Please don't be a rod. Oh no! It's a fucking rod! Oh, you bastard! Oh, checking it here looking all mysterious and that, eh, wee fucking slag. What an absolute trooper this thing is, honestly. On the trailer a lot. Like, I don't know how the fuck it's still running. But a fucking rod's missing with it. But she is. Oh my goodness. My science teachers told me that water and oil doesn't mix. Hakuna Matata. You gotta hear a fucking laugh, eh? You gotta hear a laugh. Look at it. She's like a puppy. Like, bad. Bad. Making a fucking mess of my trailer. Yeah, so rod bolts look alright. Just seems to have broken the rod. Oh, you bastard. She's a milky boy. But it did have oil in it, so I think oil pressure must have fucking stayed up. So you never know. So, as you've seen there, we made a mess, like a big mess, and Keisha's out of the game. She's out of the game. So under further inspection, looking right into it, what's happened basically is on cylinder 1, it's pulled the pin straight at the bottom of the piston. The piston cocked on its side and rammed itself into the head, and basically that's game over for this engine. Completely and utterly destroyed.